On behalf of the team here at Liquidware, we'd like to thank VMblog for asking us for a submission for the 2022 prediction series. 2021 has been a great year. We have surpassed our goals because we've helped many organizations with their work from home and work from anywhere strategy. Our digital workspace management suite has answered the call for many organizations. So in 2022, we foresee that there's going to be a bigger trend for digital experience monitoring because more organizations than ever are starting to be more flexible to allow their users to work from anywhere to get their job done. We believe that will continue to be a trend, and organizations that don't adopt a flexible work from anywhere or work from home strategy may end up suffering because we've seen maybe just the beginning of the great resignation where a lot of users have quit their employers because of the inflexibility. Now, we realize that everyone can't work from home, but organizations will have to remain flexible going forward to keep their users and workforce productive and for business continuity reasons. Therefore, in 2022, we really foresee a bigger trend in digital experience monitoring because these same organizations will need to know what the quality is of their users' workspace. Are their users operational? Are they productive? And can you troubleshoot and diagnose those environments at a moment's notice to keep them productive and to maintain and excel with your business continuity no matter what 2022 brings? So in the year ahead, we really see digital experience monitoring. And the solution that Liquidware has that can help your organization with that is Stratosphere UX, user experience. It's helped thousands of organizations. We also have other solutions that will help you remain productive, such as our full user environment management, Profile Unity, helping users work from anywhere with context-aware settings, and our Flex App application attachment that now supports individual Flex App containers being able to send applications at a moment's notice to users anywhere in the world so they can remain productive. So we believe that digital experience management will continue the trend and we'll see it stronger than ever in 2022. We hope you've had a great 2021 and we hope you have an even better and more productive 2022. So on behalf again, the team at Liquidware, Happy New Year and thanks again to VMblog.
Hi, my name is Cassius Rhue, and I'm the VP of Customer Experience at SIOS Technology Corporation, focused on increasing customer outcomes as they journey into the cloud and making for successful customer migrations. I hope that you've had a safe and prosperous and healthy 2021. I'm here to give my predictions for 2022. The cloud has played a major role as we've kind of adjusted and adapted to life and technology, providing companies with a quick path to migration. Getting things into the cloud has been a big focus of 2021, and I expect that that will continue for some companies. However, my 2022 prediction is that we will see a rise in companies choosing to go back on premise for some of their workloads or to remain on premise and forego moving those workloads to the cloud. It's not to say that cloud adoption will not continue. It's to say that there are going to be many workloads in which companies are going to utilize technologies like Outpost or Azure Stack or Google's offering to provide them with the ability to leverage cloud features and functionality and some of the technology that is in those stacks, but while maintaining more control for their IT teams, more control over the devices, the access, more control over their maintenance windows. I think these things are going to be essential for those companies to balance what they put in the cloud with what they maintain in their data centers. And we're going to see that type of behavior continue in 2022.
Hi, my name is Manoj Kalyanaraman. I'm the Vice President of Product and Engineering for MigrationWiz at BitTitan. 2021 was in part the continuation of the painful pandemic since 2020, and in many ways it brought us new hope. Hope for a new beginning after months of agony. As we move into the new year, 2022, here are my predictions for the cloud technologies from beautiful Singapore. My first prediction for 2022. Cloud service providers will consolidate and organizations will move to a single vendor model. Through the pandemic, organizations rushed to adopt cloud technologies, providing growth to all the service providers. Future growth for all service providers will be driven by more number of services that they offer. Organizations will move to a single vendor model beyond just email and collaboration. Acquisition, differentiation by pricing models will drive organizations to a single vendor who provides not just email and collaboration, but CRM and ticketing systems and so on. My second prediction for 2022, a world built around Microsoft Teams. What Windows OS did to the PC market and what iPhone did to the phone market, I think Microsoft Teams will do to collaboration in the enterprise. The adoption of Microsoft Teams has been exponential through the pandemic years, that Microsoft has decided to make Teams natively available in Windows 11. The ubiquity of Teams in personal and professional life will drive both enterprises and consumers to switch to M365. I would almost argue that Microsoft Teams could actually be a game changer and Microsoft could win in the consumer market as well. My third prediction for 2022, standards in cloud service adoption. As enterprises adopt cloud services, they now have to understand the impact of cloud technologies on data sovereignty and compliance to local laws. Like exchange farms of the past, companies now will have to use multiple domains, multiple tenants to comply with data sovereignty needs, security needs, and the local jurisdiction where they operate in. Cloud services that offer the maximum flexibility in data storage and handling security requirements will stand to gain. This alone will be a differentiator when choosing the right cloud service provider. Those were my predictions for 2022. It promises to be an exciting decade as we near the end of the pandemic. We hope 2022 ushers in the decade of cloud adoption. Happy New Year to one and all.
My name is Matt LeRay, and I'm co-founder and CTO of Speedscale, a company focused on improving software quality for cloud-native applications. Now, I predict in 2022 that companies will start to adopt a cloud-native philosophy to software quality. Let me explain what I mean. In 2021, new infrastructure technologies like Kubernetes reached a tipping point. Systems like Amazon's Elastic Kubernetes Service and Google's Kubernetes Engine are now considered mainstream. The reliability, scalability, and cost improvements are just impossible to ignore. Now, along with these new technologies comes a new philosophy for managing applications, though. In this philosophy, we try and engineer systems instead of engineering exceptions. Everything becomes about automation. Look up the phrase pets versus cattle and you'll see what I mean. Now, unfortunately, the change in how we approach infrastructure hasn't been paired with a change in the way we approach software quality. Most of our software quality practices are still rooted in the previous decade. Now, most companies think you improve software quality by either increasing the number of tests and mocks written by engineers or spending more and more money on production observability systems. Now, watching monitoring systems to see when things go bump in the night isn't going anywhere, but neither of these activities scales very well. I predict that in 2022, software quality practices will start to catch up with infrastructure practices. I think that smart organizations will reframe the problem as an automation challenge instead of a testing challenge. We've got to move beyond using precious engineering talent to write ever more complicated tests and mocks. Instead, we need to focus on building automated continuous integration systems that actually validate software in a realistic way. Now, when cloud-native companies like Twitter and Airbnb ran into this challenge a few years ago, they pioneered new technologies to shift left, technologies like traffic replay. Now, modern techniques like traffic replay focus on replicating real system behavior in pre-production instead of doing lots of custom engineering. They free your engineers to build business value instead of spending time unraveling complicated production problems. Your best engineers won't let you shift left unless the focus is automation, and traffic replay is an enabler. Look, the great engineering skill shortage of 2021 is shaping up to become the great engineering skill shortage of 2022. As an industry, we must apply more automation, and we must stop the constant firefighting of production problems. It makes retaining talented engineers almost impossible, and if left untreated, eventually becomes a threat to the business. I believe that in 2022, new technologies like traffic replay will become more mainstream and provide a huge boost to organizations that adopt them. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kevin Coppins. I'm the president and CEO of Spirion, a sensitive data company headquartered here in Tampa, Florida. We help organizations better understand the sensitive data they've been entrusted with so that they can better control it and thus better comply and make sure they're protected. That's what we do. I've been asked to take a look into 2022, and having been in this space for the last 20 odd years, there's been no more tumultuous times than the last 24 months. It used to be the old saying of it's not if you're going to be breached, it's when you're going to be breached. What we saw in 2021, and we're going to unfortunately see more of in 2022, is it's a matter of how often you are going to suffer a significant impact. And if you think about your protection that way, it no longer is focused on the perimeter or identity and access alone, but it's really getting a focus on what is the data that matters versus the data that doesn't. And the better that you can understand and protect that data that matters, the lower the cost of managing an incident when it does happen, because you'll understand the footprint, you'll understand exactly what was impacted, and you'll be able to react, respond, and notify accordingly. So as you prep up for 2022, get a better handle on that data you've been entrusted with, make absolutely certain you know where it is, so that when the inevitable does happen, you've got a speedy response, a low-cost response, and most importantly, an effective one that helps protect those that were impacted. Thanks so much. Be safe. Have a great 2022.